So if you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you know what a Pokemon Nuzlocke is. But if you don't, it's basically a set of rules that you can add to your Pokemon playthrough to make the game more challenging. If you'd like to see examples of this, I highly recommend watching Jaden Animation's series of her playing through Pokemon Nuzlockes. And if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, you might know of a creator called Nobody Daxian, who's taken the idea of a Pokemon Nuzlocke and applied him to Kingdom Hearts games like Kingdom Hearts 3, and more notably Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, aka the game with Pokemon in it. And inspired by Nobody Daxian, I wanted to do my own Kingdom Hearts Nuzlocke as a celebration of me reaching affiliate over on Twitch. But at the time when I made affiliate, I didn't own Dream Drop Distance or Kingdom Hearts 3 on my computer, but what I did own was the 1.5 2.5 package, and I had a crazy idea to create my own Kingdom Hearts Nuzlocke challenge with one of my favorite games in the series, Birth by Sleep. Now, before explaining the rules of this Nuzlocke challenge, I need to do a quick outfit change. Boom. Yes, I have an entire outfit for my PNG tuber for when I stream Kingdom Hearts games. And yes, it is inspired by a Darkling from the mobile games. But moving on from the outfit, my basic idea for this Nuzlocke challenge was to use the command system in Birth by Sleep. Basically, you have this thing called the command menu, which basically you can equip several different commands to. You can equip magic commands, physical attacks, or items. And that was the basis of my Nuzlocke idea. And with that, let me explain the rules of the Birth by Sleep Nuzlocke. Rule number 1. If I die, the command or item last used or was in use is now banned. So basically, say I die using Sliding Dash, I'm no longer allowed to use Sliding Dash for the rest of the challenge. Along with this rule, if I die using a D-Link, I am now banned from using it. D-Links are basically, you get a linked list of commands based on different characters in the game. Also, hi, Editing Ace here. Just a heads up, I am just going to say this for clarification. When using the D-Links, if there was a banned command on those D-Links, I was still allowed to use it since D-Links were basically lent commands that I wasn't using outside of the D-Links if they were banned. Alright, back to me explaining the rules. Number 2, I can meld or collect any command, use any item, or any D-Link in the character's campaign. This is basically just me saying, hey, I'm not locked to only commands exclusive to Wayfinder Trio. I can use only Aqua commands for Aqua's campaign, only Terra commands for Terra's campaign, and so on and so forth. Number 3. Losing at a minigame does not count as a death. This is mainly because there's a section of the game where you're required to do minigames, and some of them are more challenging than others. So basically this was just a, hey, you can take a break and go play some minigames. It won't count towards you losing commands. Number 4. I can use the command board once per world to gain or level up commands. The command board is basically a really fun tool where you play Discount, Mario Party / Monopoly, and you gain commands and level ups through it if you're not playing in the Mirage Arena, because otherwise you're just getting level ups, not new commands, which I had to learn the hard way. Number 5. If I die or lose a low version of a command or spell, I can still use the next 2 versions of it. This was basically to keep me out of losing some commands permanently. So for example, say I die using Fire. I can still use Fyra and Firaga later down in the run. Or if I die with, say, a potion, I can still use a high potion and a mega potion later on. Number 6. The challenge is over when I beat the final boss of the character's campaign. Basically, once the final boss is beat, that means I win the challenge. And I can just sit back, watch the ending cutscenes, and let the credits roll. And I will say this, for Aqua's campaign, the secret episode is not included because that is an extra thing you have to earn. So yeah, no secret episode content for this. And number 7, the challenge is failed if I have no commands, no D-Links, and no items left. Basically, if I run out of things to use, the challenge is over. You also might notice that shock locks aren't included. That's because I find shock locks are a very important part of the gameplay, and you only have access to so many, especially towards the beginning of the game. So they weren't included in this. I also thought during the time of making the rules that shock locks couldn't be unequipped. I was getting them confused for shock locks in Kingdom Hearts 3. So yeah. But yeah, shock locks are exempt from the death rule. And with creating all of the rules, I decided it was time to stream this challenge on my Twitch. And just a heads up before we get into actually showing the footage from the streams, during my streams I experienced a lot of visual and audio glitches, so if you're sensitive to either of those things, I recommend watching this video with caution. After explaining the rules to chat, we set our game to standard mode and get introduced to our main 3 characters of the story, Ventus, Aqua, and Terra. After their introductions, we get the Wayfinder, which gives us the ability to use D-links, which will be very useful, and we get access to the command board. And after the tutorial, my chat voted and they decided they wanted me to play as Aqua, mainly because they really enjoyed me using the bubble shock lock. Then we begin the first fight of the game, which is defeating the light balls as part of the Market Mastery exam. And this fight was pretty easy, except for the fact that at this point in the playthrough I was playing with the keyboard, and the game was glitching out a ton. Thankfully, we resolved these issues, and I beat this, getting an MP increase and getting our first command style, Spellweaver. Aqua and Terra then continue taking the Market Mastery exam, including the sick-ass fight, and then it's declared that Aqua's the only one who passed the Market Mastery, and Terra has failed. And then we get tasked to travel the worlds to destroy these creatures called the Unversed, and Terra is warned to not give in to the darkness. And then Ericus tells Aqua to babysit Terra to make sure he doesn't fall to darkness, and if he does, bring him straight home. And then Ven leaves for some reason, and Aqua is tasked to bring him home. So basically, Ericus makes Aqua a babysitter. So then we equip our badass Keyblade armor, and we set off to explore the other worlds. And we also form D-links with Ventus and Terra. And we begin our first world of the playthrough, Castle of Dreams. We see Cinderella running away from the Duke, and we also have a run-in with Terra. We tell him about what happened with Ven, and then he tells us to go to the ballroom. In the ballroom, we run into Cinderella's step-family members. Aqua senses the darkness in their hearts and decides to investigate their home. While there, we run into the most powerful character in all of Kingdom Hearts. She shrinks us down to the size of a mouse to help Cinderella. And then we have to endure the very annoying escort mission with Jock. And this is mainly a pain in the butt because you have to keep him from taking damage, and at this point, I'm still playing with a keyboard, so... No, and that's the first death. Yeah, I never should have played this with keyboard in the beginning. It was a struggle. I think I just locked myself out of using Blizzard. No, did I just lock myself out of using Blizzard? I can't use Blizzard anymore. That's one of the best spells in the game! After changing our command decks to remove the banned command, we tried again, and well... Alright, Spellweaver, don't fail me now! Pretty ballerina twirls. Cause we oh, what the? That was something.
It can't be.
Damn it! We just lost Barrier Surge! Our third try went much smoother, with us being able to finish the escort mission and then getting access to the command style of Thunderbolt. We then get a very cute moment between Cinderella and Aqua. Cinderella tries on the glass slipper and it shows it fits, and she's allowed to go back to the castle and marry the prince. All seems fine, we're able to leave the world, and uh-oh, nope, plot twist, things are going very wrong and Cinderella is about to be killed by a pumpkin. Thankfully, Aqua comes in and saves her. We get another cute moment between them. Then the pumpkin turns around and kills Cinderella's entire step family. And that scene looks like Aqua just touched Cinderella's butt, and that's why people ship Cinderella and Aqua. Good night, everybody! We then begin our first boss fight of Aqua's campaign, the Unversed Pumpkin, which, we're using Ven's D-Link. Damn it! And we just lost Ven's D-Link! With the sting of losing Ven's D-Link so early, we decided to fight the pumpkin again, and well, not really paying attention to the chat, trying to fight right now, so let's go. Thunder bringer through the ringer! Shit. No! We just lost Thunder! After the sting of that loss, we decided to begin our first game of Command Board, which, embarrassingly, I lost to Terra. But we did get some good rewards from it. We got cured! That is such a big win! Next stream, we started it off with another game of Command Board, which I, once again, lost to Terra. Again, kind of embarrassing. We didn't get any new crazy commands, but we did get all our commands leveled up, so we decided to fight the pumpkin coach again with controller this time.
Hip, hip, yeah, yeah.
Are you kidding me? And we're gone with confused. Hit. And let's go! I got it! After that, we reunited Cinderella and the prince and got some very encouraging words from the fairy godmother, ending our trip to Castle of Dreams. We also ended up getting a D-Link with Cinderella and getting one of our first few Keyblade upgrades, being Stroke of Midnight. We then began our next world, which is Dwarf Woodlands. And after the dwarfs explained what happened to Snow White, we offered to investigate the Evil Queen's castle. Wait. Guys, it just made her the bunnies kind of look like Hatsune Miku. Yes, it just made her the little bunnies look like Hatsune Miku! At the Evil Queen's palace, we run into Snow White's prince and tell him what happened, and then we begin our descent into the underbelly of the castle, which is crawling with universe, which we use to level up. We then run into the Evil Queen's magic mirror, who decides to suck us into him, and then we begin the boss fight of this world. Which is the dance smiley face. There you are, you bastard!
Come on!
Let's go! First try! After defeating the magic mirror, we see Snow White and the prince go to live happily ever after, forging a D-Link with Snow White at the end of the world, and also getting our next Keyblade, Treasure Trove. I then stopped down to play some command board just to level up things and gain new commands, and I won this round of command board, let's go, and we gained a lot of really good commands from this, which were really good later on in the challenge. We then start our next world, Enchanted Dominion. In Enchanted Dominion, we run into Ven, and right before we convince him to go home, he runs off claiming he has to go find Terra. And then Maleficent turns around and is just like, yeah, no, you're going to the dungeon. And there we run into Prince Philip and the three good fairies. We then engage within 3 waves of attacking Maleficent's goons with Prince Philip at our side, which also meant we couldn't use D-Links, which was a bit frustrating because I really wanted to level them up. But then healing us up because we gotta do this shit again. Oh, that frame's freeze on. If I die after this, can we not count this as a die and the game crashed? Since we couldn't save beforehand, we had to go through the process of redoing all of that again. But, well, here load up, here load up. Ah! And we just lost Magnet! That's great. Thankfully, the rematches for the fights, the third time technically, went through much smoother, and we were able to escape Maleficent's palace. After the escape, we run into probably one of the biggest hurdles for me during this Nuzlocke, which was fighting Dragon Maleficent, and I'll just let the clip play for itself. Now. Shit. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting Dragon Maleficent to be a big roadblock for me, but surprisingly, she was. The main issue that I contributed to this fight being so difficult to me was because of the green fire Maleficent attacks with, because if you don't block or you're unable to get out of the way, you die pretty much instantly to it. Another issue I've kind of noticed with BBS is sometimes when you're mashing X for reaction commands or shock lock, it just won't work. Okay, let's go, let's go. I hit!
No.
The fire attacks were really kicking my butt because I couldn't really figure out a proper way to strategize, so I ended up dying to these things a lot. And due to dying to them a lot, I lost a lot of good commands, such as using Cure, and I decided, hey, I'll just keep it in my deck and mentally not use it instead of having to reload the fight, because Birthright Sleep's load times are incredibly long for some reason. I tried again and again to beat the boss, but I kept dying. No matter what strategies I used, it seems like I was having an impossible time with this. I then stopped and played a game of Command Board, being my last available one at the time, just to try to improve the levels of some of my commands. And it kind of worked, but unfortunately a lot of these commands I ended up losing later on to the fight. My next attempt, we got pretty far in the fight. We even made it to the second phase of the fight, which then introduced its own set of challenges due to how the fight worked. And once again, sometimes the commands not working properly because of button mashing. And once again, I died to the dang green fire. After another death to Maleficent, I decided to hop over to Dwarf Woodlands to go ahead and level up, so that way the fight would be easier for me.
Ah!
Damn it! Rams! There's no sheep here! There's no sheep here, and I just lost Wishing Edge. Damn it.
Fire!
Why did I use fire?
No!
What just happened?
No!
Okay.
Yeah!
I did it! Let's go! I locked in! Holy shit! I actually killed it! Let's go! Oh my gosh, it's finally over! End the world retrieving our next Keyblade, Fairy Stars. We then begin the next world, and personally one of my favorite worlds in this game, Radiant Garden, which definitely is known to have some challenges in Birth by Sleep challenge run. We run into a young girl named Kyrie who is being attacked by the Unversed for plot reasons. We then see a corporate mascot, the GOAT, Michael Mouse, coming in to save us, and then we begin a mob encounter with Mickey Mouse as our party ally, which we smoke the Unversed.
Let's join forces. Oh no, not now.
Oh.
I'll be okay. See you real soon.
And the mascot's gone. No more Michael Mouse. Then make sure Kyrie gets home safe to her grandmother. See and follow a giant Unverse. Forge the D-Link with Mickey Mouse. And then gain the Destiny Embrace Keyblade. We then reunite with Terra and then we begin one of the harder fights, in my opinion, of Birth by Sleep, the Trinity Armor fight. This fight mainly sucks when you play as Terra. But we also had difficulty beating the fight as Aqua, because not even a few hits in, and we died. Take a little while by beating up Unversed around Radiant Garden, and also leveling up the Mickey D. I got to level 14 and decided to fight the boss again.
Wind!
And we lost Wind. We lost Arrow. After reshuffling the deck again, I went in for a second fight, and this went much smoother. The main problem with Trinity Armor is with it being 3 Unversed, but luckily...
Yeah! Take that! Take that!
Let's go! After the fight's over, we have an argument with our friends, and we decide to go on our own way for now. On my way to get to the next boss fight, I decided to level up the Mickey D-Link again, and I got to level 2, and I also leveled myself up to level 15. I then stopped and got the 100 Acre Wood command board, and then we begin the next phase of Radiant Garden, which includes one of the most infamous bosses in Birth by Sleep, Vanitas, the apprentice of Xehanort, and known for being a hard boss and possibly a roadblock for this challenge. And well, I didn't even know I had Blade Charge at this. Oh, I completely lied. This was not going to be a run killer. That was so easy. Why does everyone complain about the Vanitas fights? They're not that hard if you lock in. After kicking Vanitas' butt, mainly using the Bubble Shock Lock, we tell Ventus to go home, and then we set off to go to the next world. Now, Disney Town was a very quick stop on this playthrough, and the main thing I did here was kick the Unversed butt in Fruit Ball, because since it was the first time playing a character on the game file I didn't get the ending of getting declared the winner of the Million Dreams prize, but we did get a balloon letter. We then enter the most reused Disney World in all of Kingdom Hearts, Olympus Coliseum. We start the world off running into Phil. Discount Danny DeVito. We then get put into a forced fight with Hercules, which we take down pretty easily. We then enter the games, which I do consider a bit of a mini game, so unless I physically died while fighting the mobs, I did not lose any commands.
Gotcha!
Hit, kill him, kill him with the bubbles, kill him with the bubbles, kill him with the bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. Are you kidding me? I'm losing to Hatsune Miku bunnies. Hatsune Miku bunnies of all things. We re-entered the games and won that time, and thankfully, we killed all the Hatsune Miku bunnies. We then enter the individual matches of the games and get introduced to Zack. And here is the Final Fantasy jump scare. We then fought Zack using the powers of Michael Mouse. Who's the leader of the club? You and you. MICKEYMOUSE. Let's go! Power of Mickey Mouse! We then find out Hades was our final opponent, but he decides, hey, I'm not going to play fair. I'll make an Attack on Titan reference and make it a 2v1 fight. And, well... in the second round of the fight, I just decided to pull out the Mickey D-Link and destroy the Ice Titan fairly quickly, to then focus mainly on Hades. With your own element, Hades! Come on, come on, come on. Die to the fire. I hope you die in a fire. Let's go. Score Diamond Dust. That's going to be great for when we eventually get access back to Blizzard. We then say goodbye to Zack and the rest of the residents of Olympus Coliseum, and then we get a D-Link with Zack and the next Keyblade, Mark of a Hero. We then begin our next world, Deep Space, aka the first 10 minutes of Lilo and Stitch, where we're forced into a mob encounter and, well... okay, and that is the Zack D-Link gone. Thankfully, on round 2, we won the fight easily. Then Aqua gets captured, but then our captors ask her to capture Experiment 626. We find him, and then we're forced into a mob fight with him.
Go!
I think I just yeeted Stitch. I did not realize what that attack was. We beat the fight, but then Stitch runs away and we have to chase after him again. We find Stitch, and we also find his creator, Jumper Jukiba, but then Gantu comes in and decides, hey, I'm not going to follow orders, I'm going to kill the both of you. And then we engage in a fight with Gantu with Stitch as our...
Yeah! Gotcha! Take that.
Why did it just look like Gantu was twerking?
Oh, not again.
We then become friends and forge a D-Link with Stitch and set off for the final Disney World of this campaign. We then enter probably the most fun world to explore, Neverland, and where Peter Pan guilt trips us into being the leader of a game treasure hunt for the only 2 Lost Boys included in this game. We then almost get killed by Captain Hook trying to murder a bunch of children, and then we head off to probably my favorite area to explore in all of Birth by Sleep. Mainly because I love the idea of flying around Neverland. It is just such a fun concept. We then find out Hook found the treasure before us, gets upset that the treasure is now personal items for the Lost Boys, but then the Tik Tok croc comes in and scares Hook away, which is awesome. We then enter probably one of the hardest fights in all of Birth by Sleep for Aqua's campaign, the Vanitas fight in Neverland. And I will just say, this was probably the second hardest fight for me, because personally the Maleficent fight pissed me off so much that this is second place for the hardest fight I had to encounter in the run.
Gotcha!
Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me? This little shit!
Yeah.
Mickey! Oh! And rip Confusion Strike.
Yeah. Too slow. See ya.
Take that!
Go! Shit, we lost the Mickey D-Link. After the sting of losing now my favorite D-Link in all of Birth by Sleep, I decided to go back to Radiant Garden for some easy level grinding and to improve one of the only remaining D-Links I had left, Stitch. We also stopped at the Mirage Arena to play some command board, and which I won. I kicked Winnie the Pooh's ass. That still sounds so weird saying, mainly for the purpose of leveling up commands faster, because I was getting tired of grinding. But then we went back to Radiant Garden, leveled up the Snow White D-Link a little bit, and went back to challenge Vanitas.
Yeah.
And we've lost a Snow White D-Link. Ooh, and we just lost Mind Shield. And rip Mind Shield. No, rip High Potions. I've lost High Potions. Oh, shit. After that, I accidentally went into the Cinderella D-Link for the next fight. And, well...
Too slow.
And bye-bye Cinderella D-Link. Which I wasn't even supposed to use in the first place. I then lost 3 more times, with the main loss of those 3 tries being the loss of the Stitch D-Link. I then ended that stream and did some off-camera grinding, and then started the next stream up with doing some command boards, leveling up the commands I had gotten while not streaming. I then fought a couple of Neverland enemies just to level things up to the max as I could, and then fought the boss again.
Drift!
Bye-bye Zero Gravaga. But holy crap, I was doing good. I then made a very cursed deck of only 2 attacks and mainly heal magic for the next fight with him.
Go!
Get him, get with the bubbles, get him 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 with the bubbles. Holy shit, we got him with the bubbles! Aqua then takes a very well-needed rest after that fight, but then we're really interrupted by the Lost Boys, and we say goodbye to them as we finish the final world getting the D-Link with Peter Pan, as well as the Keyblade Pixie Petal. We then run into Mickey just floating in space. We take him back to his master, Yen Sid, where he informs us that our master was killed by Xehanort and Terra, which Aqua refuses to believe, and then we forge D-Links with Donald and Goofy. I then take time to level up all 3 of the new D-Links to max level for the future fights in the Keyblade Graveyard. Before entering the Keyblade Graveyard, I decided to do one final round of command board, which I won to level up any remaining commands that I didn't previously. We also got a D-Link with Peep, I didn't do anything with. We then enter the final world of Birth by Sleep, the Keyblade Graveyard, where we have to deal with 2 separate boss fights for this world, but first, we have a final reunion with Ven and Terra, where we get some very sad lines between them, and I have to make sure I don't cry every time I see it.
Keyblade.
No, Ventus. We then get the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 2, and we have entered the final fights of the playthrough. After Ven gets turned to a popsicle, we meet one of the final fights of Aqua's campaign, the man of many names and many faces, but currently in this game going by Bragg, and I'll just let the clip play for itself. Come on.
Farewell.
Yeah!
That's the
Let's go! Man with guns is down! But after that, we get distracted and Vanitas gets to jump on Aqua, and then we're passed out. But thankfully... Holy crap, Mickey revived us from the dead! We then go check on Ven, who's been possessed by Vanitas, and we meet our final boss of Aqua's campaign, Ventus Vanitas. And probably one of my favorite fights in all of Birth by Sleep, because it's just a cool design and a super cool fight. The only downside is Mickey's with us, so we can't use any D-Link.
Yeah.
Heal.
Fool.
Gotcha.
Sleep forever.
Farewell.
Let's team
Come on. Farewell.
Come on.
Come on. Farewell. Come on.
Oh, shit! Come on. No! Shit, we lost Raging Storm. Shit. Okay, I just gotta make a mental note. Don't use Raging Storm. I'm relying on Magic Hour. Shit, I clicked continue! Yeah, I accidentally made the mistake of clicking continue instead of retry, so this meant now we had to go do the break fight again. But thankfully, I was able to switch up the command deck so I didn't accidentally use any illegal commands.
Oh, come on.
Nice knowing you.
Yes!
That's the end of that.
We then go ahead and face Ventus Vanitas again.
Hit at the bubble. Yeah.
Mickey?
Come on.
Come on.
Farewell.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Farewell. Come on.
Come on.
Farewell. Come on.
Farewell!
Fire.
Did I do it? Did I do it? I think I did it. Did I do it? And with that final fire, I did in fact win the challenge. I beat the Ventus Vanitas fight, and I got to sit back and enjoy watching the cutscene. And after that, I decided to take a look at my stats, which I was honestly impressed by some of them because holy crap. Game mode, standard, report completion, almost 50%. I defeated over 1,511 enemies. Most used command was sliding dash, apparently. Most used command style was Spellweaver. Terra's D-Link is only used that much because I was grinding it out off stream. And the playtime accumulated into 16 hours, 33 minutes, and 30 seconds. I am saving that. Hey, Editing Ace here again. Just figured I'd include for people who are curious. These are the finalists of banned commands, D-Links, and items during my run. that is the end of the Birth by Sleep Nuzlocke of Aqua's POV. But chat, the thing is, there are 3 campaigns, so technically, I've only finished a third of the Nuzlocke. We got 2 more character stories to go. So yeah, Aqua's campaign isn't the final run of this Nuzlocke challenge. I'm also going to go through Terra and Ven's campaigns. Terra on beginner mode, and Ventus on proud mode. If you would like to catch those streams live, I'm streaming on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you'd like to know what exactly I'm streaming, I post my stream schedule here on the YouTube community page. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!